All right. Hi, everybody. As always, just doing a check-in to make sure everything is good on your ends. It's a little bit before 5. Well, now it says it's 5 o'clock, so it looks like we are good to start. Already have people in the chat. People are excited about this live stream because, as the title says, yes, we are doing the true end of Hatoful Boyfriend. People are excited, I know. I'm excited because I had no idea just how, what's the word I'm thinking of? Just how, like, in-depth it was when people told me it was like 4 or 5 hours long. Wasn't expecting that. But before we do that, we are going to finish up one more route. Technically, I know that there is a shoe route that I haven't got, but it's not the, like, true one, so I figured we could just skip that because you guys want to see the true end. But we have one more to do, which is Sakuya's true end. I have a previous save that we can load to get to, like, the very end. That way we can just wrap it up really quick and we can just get right to the true end. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. Most people who are watching the stream probably already know the majority of that route. So let's go ahead. Let's finish up his route right now. Shouldn't take us more than like 10 minutes, and then we can get on to the good stuff here. All right, so it's cold. It feels even colder than it was around New Year's. Maybe the wind's stronger. I'm starting to think I should build a wall, or maybe dig myself a new bedroom. With this kind of weather, some birds are even collapsing in the street. Hey, wait. Isn't that one Sakuya? Sakuya, what's wrong? Oh no! VS Cosplay! Oh shoot! I'm sorry to hear that. You were sick. I hope you're feeling better. Oh, don't worry. I did do the shoe ending. I just did it off the live stream. I did it on my own time, and it wasn't too much different. So if you guys, whatever you have missed, I'm sorry that I'm just jumping right into this. Of course, it's in my live stream archive, my playlist, so you can check that out. But yes, we are just kind of jumping to the end of the Sakuya route. I am skipping, but it's the normal route. I did choose true end route, which is, I believe, in my second playthrough, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so don't worry. The shoe route was amazing. I got the true end. It was the, what was it called? It was like the Your Eyes one. That's the one I need to get, which wasn't like his quote-unquote true ending. So yes, anyway, let's get on with this. Don't ask for the details. Just carry me to your miserable abode, I beg of you. Wandering around and collapsing in the street at this time of night doesn't seem like customary practice for an aristocrat. What's happened, Sakuya? Don't tell me your family has fallen from high society. What happened? I shall not say. Eh? What were you doing wandering around in the wilderness, then? I was not wandering. I was on my way here. Be honored. Oh, so this isn't a coincidence after all. Did you want something from me, then? No, don't flatter yourself. Eh? Should we call your family or something? No. He looks really angry. Listen, don't. You dare. Don't you dare call my house. Sakuya, did you run away from home? That sounds bad. No, I simply left of my own volition? Violation? Isn't that the same thing? Yep. What happened, Sakuya? Human, do you remember when we talked in the music room at school last fall? Yes, what about it? Do you remember what I asked you then? All right. Oh, good to hear that you're feeling better. I've been lucky, knock on wood, I haven't got sick yet. My whole family, who thankfully I'm not living with, they all got sick at the beginning of the year. Thankfully, like, they basically just had mild symptoms, but yeah, I didn't get to see them for 2 weeks because of it. And then I had a couple of coworkers also come down with it. So far, like, I've been lucky, but I'm just like waiting. It just feels like it's a matter of time. But I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. And hopefully this live stream and my videos can kind of help with you know, getting through it a little bit easier. Do you remember what I asked you then? You asked me what I loved. You asked me what I loved. That's right, and you gave a simple, honest answer right away. And that made me jealous. Did I mishear? That's the last thing I had expected from him, of all people. I don't understand, Sakuya. Why? I'm one of the few of the pure bloodline. I am ranked higher than any of my siblings. I've been slated to become the next family head since birth. There's no reason I shouldn't be. I am like so nervous. I'm pretty sure I did all of his stuff right. This would be kind of embarrassing if like I got all the way to this and it's just like, oh no, you just got his normal ending. But you don't want to take your father's place? How did you know that? It's obvious. It's written all over your face. I love music, but my father does not approve. Oh my gosh, Takumi, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear about your cat. Oh, well, I'm glad that I can be of any consolation at all. I know how it feels. My cat passed last year, so it's very, oh gosh, it's rough. I know. When I was young, I owned a number of instruments, but he had them all thrown away. Art is not our realm. The joy of creation is the domain of peasants. Our role is to be patrons and promoters of the artists we admire, not to be artists ourselves. A noble who sows his own wheat is a fool. For all of you guys, I hope, I know we've got some people in the chat who are not doing the greatest, and I'm happy to have you here. I hope that we can all be of some comfort. I have a great community. You guys are all very supportive of each other, and you're all always very nice to each other. So hopefully being here can kind of like ease that a little bit, you know? That's not true. I think anyone who can play music should be encouraged, no matter who their parents are. That's because you think with a peasant's values. My world is different from yours. I'm not talking about what peasants think. I'm talking about what I think. What about you, Sakuya? What do you think? What do I think? You speak in riddles. I carry the name of LaBelle. To play it applying at my own standards and ideas to the world would be a disgrace. But didn't you just say you left the mansion of your own accord? Isn't that applying your own idea to the world? You contradicted yourself. What do you want to do in life, Sakuya? I must succeed my father as the next family head. No, geez, that's not what I meant. What if you could forget about the LaBelle family and do anything in the world? What would you do then? Forget about the LaBelle family? What mockery is this? We're speaking hypothetically, dummy. If I could do anything in the world, I would continue studying music. I'd like to see how far I could go as a musician. He sounds uncharacteristically modest. I was half expecting him to give some rambling speech about how he would unite the world to become king or something. You love music, don't you? If I could hear you play the piano again, I would be very happy, Sakuya. I think you've answered your own question. Answered my own question? Don't be ridiculous. This is a mere fantasy. It has no connection to reality. Have you told your father that you want to continue studying music? Don't be ridiculous. How could I lower myself so? So you haven't even asked him about it. You wouldn't be lowering yourself, Sakuya. Are you ashamed to love music? You should ask him. It's worth a try, right? Perhaps you are right. I suppose I never would have thought of that. If I hadn't talked to you... Okay, this is different. I think I did it right. You were confused about what you wanted, Sakuya. I just gave you a little push. Human. Yes? I'm going to speak with him when I return. If he refuses, would you carry my fallen body to safety one more time? Are you planning to run away for real next time? If it comes to that. I'll follow you anywhere you need to go, Sakuya. You will always have a safe place here, okay? A little bit of a downgrade from his opulent mansion to my cave. I shall return to you. Thank you, human. And so he set out across the wilderness once more. I don't know if his father will accept him, or if he really will run away. But I know he'll come back to me, and I pray our future will be a happy one. Okay, so here we go. Oh, he's here! Wake up! It's morning, Sakuya. Silence. The hall of your fathers has many lumps and sharp rocks, human. Geez, what are you complaining about? I even got you some straw. Which is to say, I did the best I could for a freeloader. Here, I made breakfast. Your first concert is today, so you need to get ready. He didn't complain about the food. That's an improvement. By the way, what is it? Have you contacted Yuya? You must be joking. Oh yeah, Secret Agent Yuya, knowing his true self. I thought so. I have his address. Should I tell him about you? We need not worry him. I have no intention of asking favors of him. I didn't mean... Anyway, let it be. Things are fine as they are. I guess he's still a little chilly about Yuya. Maybe it's still too early. Let us go, human. Okay. Alright, we did it. Oh, is there more? There were 2 rows. I was a little nervous. I'm like, please tell me you didn't freeze. Salutations. I trust you are well. A little bird told me you've been taking care of Sakuya. He's a pain, but I know you'll be able to handle him just fine. I have something to tell him, something very important. Something I've been meaning to tell him his entire life. Since you're... well, I guess I'm still a little unsure myself. If he ever says he wants to see me, I'll think it over. When that time comes, let me know, okay? I'll keep in touch. Adieu. Sakazaki Yuya. Alright, so there we go. I believe that is the last one that we need, which means I believe if I start back up, start a new game, I should have the option, a new option, and that will take us to the true end. So, yeah, fingers crossed, guys. Let's hope this works. Yeah, it would be very embarrassing if it didn't. There we go. Song of the Foolish Bird. Alright. Ooh, I'm so nervous. Alright, new game. Here we go. And as always, I will be Rose. Human. Please let it work. Please let it work. Ah, yes! I think this is it. I think we got it. Is this it? This is the thing, right? About fulfilling a promise. Okay. You can take this chance to fulfill a promise from long ago, or you can live a normal school life this semester. Which do you choose? Well, I think it's pretty obvious what we're doing. We are fulfilling the promise. It's happening, boys and girls. It's happening. Let's do this. Is there anything you desire? I can grant whatever you wish. Tell me. A strange bird once said that. Who was that bird talking to? Alright guys, we are hyped. St. Pigeon Nations, a school blessed with extensive curricula and facilities. It's been a year since I've ended my ordinary life and walked through these gates. I should probably say, the school is known for one thing in particular. I can't wait, like, when's it gonna go off the rails? Like, everything's going normal right now. The school is Japan's, the world's greatest gathering place for gifted birds. Birds who want to study the arts, the sciences, even sports all come to St. Pigeon Nations. Oh, don't worry, I will not be skipping, because I don't know when stuff is gonna start being different, so don't worry, I'm gonna be playing this legit and at a normal pace. The teaching staff and student body are both made up of a diverse blend of birds of different backgrounds and species. I'm often asked why I chose to come here despite not being a bird. It's a long story. Not every day I see you rushing along like this. Ryota. My gosh, how many times I have seen this opening, but I will not skip. I will not. Usually you'd have been ready for an hour by now, Rose. Overslept? This rock dove is named Kawara Ryota. We've been friends since he was barely hatched. He can be a little mischievous, but he's responsible and kind. Ugh, God, I feel so much better. I was so nervous that I would have done something wrong, so now that, like, it's happening, I just feel like a weight off my shoulders. Whew. That's the problem with live streams, right? It's just like, it's not like I can go into editing and correct it. It's just like, okay. Breakfast was a little hard to catch today. I can't relax without red meat inside. So while we're doing this, while we're doing the opening, how is everybody else doing today? I hope everybody else is doing relatively well. And thank you, as always, for coming. I love doing the Hatoful Boyfriend streams because I know how hyped people are for this. Like, people, I think this and, like, my Long Live the Queen ones are ones people are, like, really passionate about, so it's always a good time when I play this. Because I know there's, like, so much participation. The bell already. Come on, we need to hurry to class. Jeepers, no good being late on the first day. So Ryota pulled me along inside the school. Today is the start of a new semester. I wonder what lies in store. I wonder. It was all I could do to adjust to the atmosphere last year. I'd better make up for all that last fun. Like, what happened a year ago? Yeah, it's good to be doing this. Gosh, I was a little afraid I'd have to cancel. Not to get, like, too real with you guys, but I had a panic attack this morning. First one I've had in a long time, and it happened early this morning, and I admit I am still, like, recovering from it, like, physically. Like, it feels like I ran a marathon. So, like, that sucked, and I was just like, oh my gosh, am I gonna have to cancel? Like, am I sick? Like, what's going on? But, like, thankfully I'm feeling, other than feeling a little bit tired, I feel good. And it was nice to be able, like, knowing that this live stream was gonna happen. It gave me something to look forward to, because this is always a fun game to play. So, it's nice to be here. I think we're in 2-3. Ryota and I are in the same class again. Old faces, new faces. A strange thrill fills my heart as I look around at the assembled birds. Oh my gosh, everybody! Man, oh man, I'm reading the chat. It's just like a lot of people just not feeling well today. Samesies. Like, what's been going on today? Today's just been a weird day. But hopefully being here, everybody being here, we can all kind of like just chill out, relax, forget about just like stress, and just have a good time, you know? Old faces, new face. Okay, I already read that. I hope we all get along. Here's to the formation of many happy memories. Oh, the teacher's here. Thank you guys. As for what triggered it, absolutely nothing. I don't know what happened. I just like, maybe it was a bad dream or something. Like it happened almost when I woke up this morning, like as my husband was leaving for work, all of a sudden it just hit me, and like he had to go to work, and I ended up calling him at work like early because I was freaking out. So it was not a good time. Like I said, I haven't had one in a long time, so I don't know where it came from. It's not like I've been stressed about stuff, so it's just shitty like that, you know? It's just like they can kind of come out of nowhere. Alright, good morning everybody. I'm Nanaki Kazuaki. I seem to be your teacher this year. I specialize in math and physics, and also some other things. Sir, wake up. It's homeroom. He sleeps with his eyes open. Thank you, Joe. If I had to, I would have canceled the live stream. Like, if I was still feeling really crappy, I would have, and I know you guys would understand. But no, I'm feeling better. Like I said, just a little bit tired, but I'm feeling better now. Alright, this quail is Nanaki Kazuaki. He's a famously Sephoric math professor. I'd heard the rumors, but I hadn't expected him to fall asleep just like that. Apparently, he's well known as a mathematician. Just goes to show great minds come in all forms. I'm like, when's it gonna happen? When are we gonna get to the new stuff? I'm sorry, isn't it a little warm in here? Which reminds me, we have a transfer student. Please introduce yourself, Shirogane. Now it's like, I know all these birds and like their whole deal now, so it's kind of interesting. What's the point? I have no wish to speak with commoners. Do not think I'm here because I wish to be. Oh well, I guess that's that. Hey, that's no good. But he doesn't want to introduce himself. But we can't just let him break the rules like that, sir. The system will collapse and we'll all turn into kulaks and dissenters. Well, when you put it like that, could you at least say your name, Shirogane? Oh boy. Katana-kun. This is your first visual novel? Oh my gosh, you are in, what, you have jumped in a weird visual novel at a I am so sorry. You are probably going to be very confused for a lot of this. I would recommend, as for anyone who's like coming in to this new, my live stream sessions, I have a playlist. I played the game from the beginning, all the routes, so yeah. Oh, it was your first visual novel in 2012. Okay, I was like, is this your first visual novel ever? Like, okay. Okay, I was like, I thought this was like your first time ever experiencing one. I was just like, oh my god, you must have so many questions. Oh man. Okay. Okay, this isn't like when my coworker came into my live stream and this like was her legit, I think, first visual novel, and she didn't know what the heck was going on. All right, this is an interesting question. Well, once again, we're like going through old stuff here. What were your first visual novel that you can remember? I would say I can't remember what my first visual novel was. Probably something from like Newgrounds, if you could even call those visual novels. They were kind of like dating visual novels from like mid 2000s. They weren't great, but I mean, I would say that would be like my first visual novels that kind of got me into them. Sakuya sits down, glaring daggers at Ryota and me. I think this little bird is telling me there's going to be trouble down the line. Lunch already. Today is slipping by so quickly. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Someone said, Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I guess, like, that wasn't my first one, but that was the one that really kind of got me back into visual novels. And also someone mentioned about how, like, PBG kind of made this big. Speaking of which, do you guys remember that there was... God, this is embarrassing to admit. I think it was, like, back in 2015 or something. There was a visual novel with YouTubers from people from, like, Normal Boots. I think it was called, like, something Academy, and it was good. It was actually surprisingly good. And I really enjoyed it. And it was very awkward to explain to my husband that I was playing a dating sim involving actual, like, people that I watched. Oh, lunch already. Today is slipping by so quickly. That reminds me, I've had these books out for the library all summer. I'll return them now. Asagao Academy, that was it. Damn, like, I was shocked about how good that was. Like, I think I played all the routes. Where is everyone? Aside from the receptionist, there's hardly anybody here. And what was awkward is I actually met a lot of YouTubers, like a lot of the people from Normal Boots and Hidden Block a couple of years ago at a convention, and a part of me was tempted to be like, I played your visual novel. Like, I'm sure they would be like, okay, cool. Is someone looking at me? Probably just my imagination. Or not. A mourning dove stands in a dark corner, staring in my direction. Mourning doves aren't very common in Japan, but apparently they're everywhere in America. Did you want something from me? He looked away. Not really. I'm pretty sure it was him who I felt looking at me. There's no one else here. Are you sure? I don't want anything from you. It's the things you're carrying that I'm interested in. He glances at the desk as if to say, hurry up and return them already. Sorry, they were a little too dense and I never finished them. Were you waiting for them all summer? He silently returns his gaze to his book. Maybe he's in a bad mood. I'm human, Rose, a sophomore. What about you? Oh man, CM, your first visual novel is Higurashi? Holy crap, that's quite the first one. You're gonna be like, are all visual novels like this? Or Nageki. Like, I know that's kind of the thing now, is a lot of visual novels, they can be quite dark, like unexpectedly dark, but like back in the day, they were just straight, they just played them straight, a lot of them, so. Fujishiro Nageki, freshman. Yeah, a lot of people recommending some visual novels here, man oh man. Fujishiro Nageki, huh? Mourning doves are pretty rare in Japan. Maybe it's just his voice, but he seems kind of sad. Leave me alone. He's reading his book again. Okay, sorry to bother you. I keep meeting depressing people today. Now that I have that out of the way, I think I'll head back to class. Wait, isn't that... Man, this is going on for a while, so I'm glad that the chat is, like, so animated right now, because I'm just like, oh, I don't want to skip, but I do want to skip, but I'm not going to skip. You should have been instructed not to approach me in school. Come on, Sakuya, what kind of thing is that to say to your own brother after all these years? My brother? You must be joking. You've never once been a brother to me. Please don't try to talk to me again. I have no time for half-breeds. I'll be going now. Hey, wait just I guess even if we're in the same school now, what's done is done. I hadn't meant to eavesdrop, but I think I just overheard something juicy. The ever-popular trendsetter and ladies' man, Sakazaki Yuya, is Sakuya's brother. I wonder what the story is behind that. Alright, let's take a look here. Oh my gosh, it's hard to keep up with all of the comments here. Giga Ganon, I have the house in is it Fata Morgana or Fata Morgana? I do have that in my Steam library. That is going to be something that I will be playing down the line. Takumi, one of your favorite, Sayano Uta, I actually played that on the channel. I did play the H-free version though. So it's not like the explicit version, but hey, if you haven't If you haven't seen my playthrough of it, I do have a playthrough of it. Maybe you'll enjoy it. I wonder what the story behind that is. Hey, you heard that whole thing, right? Are you a friend of Sakuya's? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to listen in on you. No sweat. I'll try to stay sexy and suave in front of all you little ladies, but that there wasn't too cool. The fantail pigeon is Sakazaki Yuya, an upperclassman. I've never talked to him before, but he's famous, or infamous, throughout the school. Everybody knows of him. You're Rose, right? How did you... I know every birdie here. Besides, you're the only human. A single poppy and a field of rye. Did you say you were a friend of Sakuya's? Not exactly. We had a rather ballistic introduction this morning. We're in the same class, that's all. I never had thought that stuck-up aristocrat wannabe was your brother. Aristocrat wannabe. He is an aristocrat, actually. The genuine article in the flesh. He is. He's a bit of a pain, so good luck, mon ami. Adieu. I'm guessing maybe once all of these, like all the characters are introduced, then is the stuff gonna start happening? Like, I'm curious about how... You guys don't have to tell me. Like, don't spoil it for how long it's gonna be before, like, stuff changes, you know? He really is a noble bird. I've never heard anything like that about Yuya, though. Probably a twisty business. That's all for today. Stay safe, everyone. Yay! Huh? Sir, where's Ryota? He said he was going to the infirmary. Maybe you should go and see if he's still there. Now that I think about it, Ryota always did have a weak stomach. I should go to the infirmary just to make sure he's okay. Oh yes, and Kato wa Shouju, that is one I have played. I played that a long time ago. I played that probably when it like first came out. Did I? Am I thinking of a different one? Yeah, I have played Kato wa Shouju. That's the one with all the girls with you know, like missing a leg and blind and that stuff. Yeah, that was a really good one too. Like surprisingly good. Excuse me. Nobody's here? There's no one sleeping behind the curtain, and the doctor isn't here either. My hunter-gatherer instincts feels no presence. There's nobody here. Ryota? No reply. The infirmary is empty. Weirdo. Weirdo. I mean, weird. Did he go home already? I feel a little nervous poking around the empty room. Now that I think of it, I haven't been in here much before. Unlike Ryota, I'm perfectly healthy. Whoa, they've got all kinds of drugs in here. Etheropol, Trifay, Luciobenzin. What do these even do? Care to find out? Doctor, I'll feed you all sorts of things if you want. No, thank you. This partridge is Iwamine Shu, the school doctor. He's rather creepy in person and has a bad reputation among the student body. Everybody knows that even just talking to him can bring you down with aspergillus, psittacosis, or even worse things. And I never even heard him come in the door. A ninja doctor? You don't look like you have a good reason to be here. Did you need something? I heard Ryota Kawara from 2-3 was supposed to be here. He's already gone. Oh. Why didn't he come find me before going home? Sorry to bother you. I'll be going now. Finally out of that den of evil. Ryota's already gone home. What do I do now? Oh. I never got around to joining a club last year. Maybe I'll go take a look at some of my options. I think there are clubs for baseball, soccer, track, kendo, migration, birdwatching. Wasn't there another one? Anyway, I'll start with the track team. I ran in middle school, and it's always fun watching the birds hop around. I think their club room is on the ground floor off to the side. A white dove is having a tantrum outside. I think Ota-san. Why do I keep wanting to call him Ota? You think I know his name by now. Okasan rejects... Oh, it was Okasan. It is a lie, a vicious falsification. He's dancing around on a squished pudding. Hey, that's not very nice to the pudding. This is Okasan. He doesn't really look it, but supposedly he's a fantail pigeon, I think. Either way, he's hyper. Ku, Okasan has suffered a deception most vile, a wretched betrayal. Betrayal? Okasan instructed that pudding be provided for new members. But this is no pudding. Ousted, scorned, betrayed, dragged into the street and shot by those he trusted most. It's squished and filthy, but the thing under his feet looks like a normal store-bought pudding. What's wrong with it? Spare the jest, young lady. Okasan used wing attack. It's super effective. He'll rue the day they crossed Okasan. He'll have them flayed, hanged, shot at dawn. He will. Okasan must now train to achieve true pudding. Farewell. And he's gone. He's a good runner, but what does pudding have to do with the track team? And so ended the first day of my second semester at St. Pigeon Nations. Alright, now that all the characters have been introduced, I think we want to choose the class council today. As you all know, the school doesn't require you to join any club. If you want to, you can, but if you don't, you're free to go home. Okasan has time only for the track. So, in this case, now that I'm actually making choices, does it really matter what I choose? Like, do I have to do like a certain route, or can I just make whatever choices I want to make? Alright, that's good. What about you, Shirogane? A foolish question. I already hold a position here. Oh, that's right. You became student president when you were admitted. Nepotism. Ho, don't we get to vote? Just coming to school is enough for me. You have to take care of your mother on your own and all. I wonder what I should do. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so in that case, I will go with student council. That's everyone, isn't it? Have fun. Maybe I should have done the library, because I haven't gone to the library since like my very first episode. And I'm guessing this doesn't matter either, just take whatever. Let's do music class. We sang birdie melodies. It was a little tiring, but singing together is fun. I was pretty sure I wanted to join it, but what does the council do again? We skipped the vote, and I think it's only Sakuya and me. Anyway, he called a meeting, so to the council room I go. This looks like a CEO's office. Naturally. Do you think I'd stand for anything less? Hi, Sakuya. So you had this done? This room used to be filthy, better suited to rabbits than to us. What a prig. Have you decided what position you'll take? I get to choose? Who is there to choose for you, dumb Japanese? Aren't you Japanese too, Sakuya? Do not mock me. I am French. French noble bird. That sounds delicious. I guess I have to pick a post now. I think I will be the... I'll say vice president. Be funny if I said president. I'm like, I'm overtaking you. You wish to be my right wing? You've got nerve. I like that. I think I just got bonded with. Gosh, he looks pretty happy right now. And so I became vice president of the student council. Sitting at home is so relaxing. Oh, tomorrow's the class hike. Should I prepare anything? We won't be going far, so I don't have to. Oh my gosh. Man, I'm waiting like we're gonna get to the very last day of like the last semester. Maybe this is why the true ending is like 5 hours long. I'm so excited. Alright, today's the hike. We stopped for a break on the hillside. Who should I talk to? Let's talk to Ryota, forgotten boy. Forgotten best boy. Ryota, let's eat together. Sure, great view, huh? Is that your lunch, Rose? Yep, it's a calorie. That's a pretty sad thing to bring on a picnic. No, it's not. A great man once said, it's the ambrosia of the gods. If you eat like that, you'll be dead on the roadside by the time we head back. Here, I'll share mine. Really? Wow, thanks, Ryota. And so I got to eat half of Ryota's lunch. His cooking is so good. We can save the calorie me in case of a survival situation. Alright, today's an elective day. This time, let's do gym class. I'm gonna be more, Jill of all trades here. It's too hot. I feel like I'm gonna have a stroke. It is rehydration time. Okasan wants to go swimming. Alright, I imagine you're all well, but the sports festival is right around the corner. Please think about what you'll do. Sports festival season already? If it were in the fall, it would conflict with the cultural festival, so it's always been in May. What are you going to do, Ryota? I haven't decided, but probably the three-legged race. Some birdie has to. Okasan will handle the marathon. Indeed, he will. You do have a lot of stamina, Okasan. What about you, Sakuya? You can't possibly be expecting me to run in some race, can you? It is a sports festival. Is there an event that doesn't involve running? How about being a cheerleader? The general, in other words. Very well, leave it to me. I don't think that's... Oh man, everybody talking about food. I am so hungry. Because I was like not feeling well today, I admit I have not eaten a lot, but my husband is making nachos and I'm so excited. So after the stream, there's gonna be a big plate of nachos waiting for me. And I'm so excited. Also, the first aid team is always shorthanded, so I'm sure they could use help if anybody still can't decide. That's all for today. Ryota's doing the three-legged race, Okasan's running the marathon, and Sakuya's a cheerleader. Yuya might be running the first aid kit. What should I do? I'll have to think about it. Oh gosh, my stomach is grumbling. Hopefully it doesn't pick up on the microphone. Today's the sports festival. I never did make up my mind. What should I do? Let's go hang out. Let's go hang out with Sad Boy. I haven't done this in such a long time. May is practically summer already. It's too hot. I think I'll rest in the library. Much better. It's nice that the AC is on, but do we really need it? Nobody's in here today. It's not on. It's you, Nageki. It's you, Miss Human. Whoa, he called me by my name. They don't turn the air conditioning on until June. It just feels cold compared to outside. Oh, is that it? It would be a little strange to start spending money to cool a barely used library in May. Anyway, aren't you going to participate in the festival, Nageki? Aren't you? I don't like it outside. So I stay in here. That's all. I see. Why are you sitting next to me? Do you mind? Not really. Listen, our class president got duped into being a cheerleader and... Sorry. No. Keep going. And so I spent the day telling him about the festival and whatnot while he read. I don't know how much he was listening to me, but he didn't seem to mind, I think. It feels good to get back to Nageki again. He's been so forgotten about. Alright, once again, okay. Yes, 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 exam. Don't worry, I'm still not, I mean, I'm skipping, but I'm not doing, like, fast forward. Here we go. I've had this dream a lot recently. I can see a little house on the other side of the fence. I wonder who lives there. I don't think it's anyone I know. Ryota's next to me, and my parents are here too. We're all together again, but I'm guessing we're gonna go into the backstory of, like, what happened to humans. My guess has been, ever since I saw those dilapidated buildings, the fact a human is in a bird school, and I seem to be, like, the only human. I'm guessing there was, like, some sort of, like, cataclysmic event where, and the fact I'm being, like, I'm a test subject almost. I feel like something's leading up to that. Mom? Dad? Hey, wake up, please. Alright, is this it? Is this where it all changes? Oh. And then we're just back to normal again. With the festival and the midterm over, there's nothing to look forward to but summer heat. Doves smell kind of funny when it gets humid like this. Oh wait, this is different, isn't it? There's a bunch of birds in front of the staff room. What are they doing? Oh, there's Yuya. Yuya, what's going on? Salutations, Rose. Brian won his 7th Pulitzer. He gestures at a news clipping on the staff room pinboard. It says Brian, the first intelligent pigeon, crowned again. Brian? Don't tell me you don't know who he is. I think I've heard the name, but... wait, maybe I have seen this. He's the world's most famous blogger. He began when birds were barely intelligent. He's a very skilled and insightful writer. I don't know if I've seen this or not. He was the one who suggested the Dove Olympics be called the Pigeon Olympics. He's extremely influential. The name was adopted right away. Okay, no, this is new. Why don't you look him up right now, mon ami? Try googling Brian Pigeon. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh, lunch is nearly over. Adieu, Rose. Oh, this did happen? Okay. It sort of looked familiar, but at the same time I was just like, like, I've played so much of this, but I guess he maybe just appeared in one route and I'm just like, I forgot? Today is a good day. I feel like I'm shining. I wonder what I should do during break. Okay, so we're kind of like swinging back into like the normal stuff again. So let's go to the store. I don't really need anything, but I think I'll go to the store. I've never really looked around there before. Well, they've got all sorts of things for sale, though these nest building materials look like what you'd find at a human store's trash. My, how mature of you, mon ami. Planning to settle down already? Yuya? No, that's not it. I'm still a high school student. That may be so, but you know we doves reach sexual maturity within a year of birth. They do? That seems a little hasty. That aside, what are you here to buy, Yuya? Your love, of course. My... Yuya, I'm not good enough? Oh well, I'll have to try again later. Is this how he talks to every girl he meets? I don't think I've ever picked the let it slide option, so might as well. It's not like it's surprising coming from him. I might as well just like pick the options that I've never picked before if given the choice, since none of this matters apparently. I think of all of these, I've definitely been in math class the most because it was imperative for a lot of roots. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I've read this about 20 times. Alright, and now we're at Tanabata. Maybe there'll be something new at Tanabata this time. Maybe similar to like the angel route. There's a lot here already. Any birdie I know? So there's the Ryota one. Oh, impossible. N'est pas François. What should I wish for? Okay, so... yeah, nothing new here. I don't think have I ever picked the become a famous artist one? Might as well. I wish to become a famous artist whose work is known the world over. Mr. Nanaki, you should be careful out this late. It can be dangerous for a girl, you should know. I was about to head home. Would you like me to walk you to your place? Nah, I'm just... no. No, thank you. I still have some errands to run. Well, don't stay out too late. Wasn't the Keymania 11DX public playtest starting today? Maybe I'll go stop by the arcade. Today's an elective day, blah blah blah. We're just kind of zipping along here. A rock dove is wriggling about on the surface of the water, advancing neither forwards nor backwards. You can't swim, Ryota? I'm doing my best. I'm going to learn before I graduate. Well, this is new at least. At least for me. Oh, alright. I think I'm going to take a little break from, like, reading all this stuff right now, because it's been a lot of reading already. Oh, here we go. That dream again. Ryota. As soon as I was like, I'm going to take a break, it's like, no, you got some new stuff you got to read. Ryota, my parents, and me at a stranger's house. The strange bird who comes to me is a magician. He says he'll grant any wish Ryota and I make. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day. Alright, skip. However, I will yell at him. I will stand up to him. You help too. Give me a little break to kind of refresh. Although those little kind of interludes are happening more frequently. I was afraid only one was going to happen like every semester. I hope whatever happens in this true route, we get more Azami. She's one of my faves. And once again, sorry girl, we're gonna skip you. But I'm still kind of like watching just to make sure that nothing new pops up here. So yeah, that's the thing about this true route is apparently like it's 4 to 5 hours long. So I'm wondering if it does the full semesters like normal, and that's part of it, and then it gets into like new stuff, and then that's what the rest of it is. And as almost always, we are going to not get a job. Because that just adds a lot of extra stuff that we don't need to see because we've already seen it. And now the summer festival. Let's invite Nageki, even though we can't actually invite him. I'll invite Nageki. He needs to get out more. But I don't know his address or phone number. I'd go look in the library if the school weren't already closed. Now that I think about it, I only know him as the depressed freshman who's always in the library. I'd like to learn more about him, though he'd probably never tell me anything if I asked. Going out is too much trouble. I think I'll have some udon and go to bed. It's been so long since I played the Nageki route. It's been actually just over a month today, because I played it on New Year's Eve, so it almost feels like a little bit new. I could go hang out with Nageki after just saying like, oh, it's good to hang out with him and like talk to him more, but at the same time I'm just like, might as well just pick the path of least resistance here. Oh, here we go, something new. Which brings us to our main topic, the observational reports on the human representative at St. Pigeon Nations. As you can see, while she was meant to act as a... Oh no! Uh-oh. By getting the bad route, did I fuck this up? Oh no. Guys? Oh no, did I do this wrong? We of the Hog Party cannot overlook the situation. These reports only confirm what we already knew of human nature. We will execute the termination sequence. Oh no, I didn't think about this. Like, I love watching the stars at night. I can feel the excitement bubbling up from light years away. Yodelay-hee-hoo. Guys, did I fuck this up? I think I just heard something. Who's there? Ninjas? You don't need to know. It'll all be over in 2 seconds. Wait. Huh? What? Guys, what? I don't understand. What happens? No. Oh. Guys, I love that I have made something new happen even for people who are very well versed with this game. I guess I do have to make sure that's not supposed to happen. Oh no. Okay, well, this is surprising a lot of people. Okay, it's okay guys, it's okay. What we'll do is I will skip ahead. So I'll just make sure to actually like... Okay. We'll just... I guess I have to go on a route of some kind. I was told that, like, the choices didn't really matter, so I just picked whatever, but I guess I gotta commit to somebody. Okay. It's okay. Alright, so let me check... Oh boy. What is going on here? Okay, let me check, because I do have my route thing here. Because I got the thing about the true routes. Right? So, let me see. Select Fulfill the Promise and then play through Hatoful Boyfriend. This particular achievement is somewhat broken, so we recommend picking a certain character ending and following his steps perfectly. If you fail to romance the character you've chosen, you'll end up getting the bad ending. Well, shit. Yeah, should have read that beforehand. I was just like, oh. Okay. So that's it. I do have to, like, actually make a choice. So, alright, we're just gonna zoom by. Well, here we go, guys. You found something new. I broke the game. Okay. Somehow I managed to, like, get all the stuff for the true ending, and then I messed it up at the end because that's just what I do. So in this case, we are going to... Now we're gonna skip. We're gonna skip at least. So we're just gonna go with, I guess... They recommend the Ryota route because it's the easiest, so I'll just do that. Oh, that was great. It sucks at the same time because, like, this route is already so long and I'm making it even longer. But we all learned something today. It's just like, I like the game is like, you went to all that effort to get all the endings, and then you screwed it up. All you have to do is just, it's like you've done all the routes already. You know how to do this. How did you fail? Oh man, oh man. I love how everybody was just like, don't skip ahead. I'm like, well, now I've kind of forced myself. I have to. Okay, so I can join any club I like. So we'll do the track team. Sure, why not? No, I did get the bad end. I went out of my way intentionally to get the bad end. So that was unfortunately not my first time seeing it. I just am so bad at this game apparently. Okay. Now, let's make sure that I don't accidentally romance other characters. We are going to stick with the Ryota route because it's the easiest one. He's an easy bird to please. Speed run, three-legged race. I don't know why I'm referring to the guy, like I feel like I could do this without referring to the guy, but I want to make absolutely sure. Oh, okay, that was the one I'd already read. Okay. So we want to go to the cafeteria. Like, the last thing I want to do is fuck this up after already fucking this up. So, yeah. Leave it to me. So do you guys remember roughly, like, what day that was that happened? I guess it was the end of the first semester, right? Because they said, like, oh, she was not able to form any bonds by the end of it, so I'll just have to be careful. So we want to conquer the world by force. No, thank you. Don't want to get any other birds to have any... You know, I don't want to be giving them any ideas here. Okay. I'm acting like this is... I've already seen this. I've done the Ryota route. I'm sure I'm so sure I've done all the routes. Okay, go yell at the doctor. I mean, the fact that I managed to get the true end. But literally in the guide, it just says, like, make sure that you actually romance a bird. And I think that was where I went wrong, was I didn't commit. Okay. So, we have to... Okay, after the return to your glorious abode. Right, it was after the summer vacation. Okay. Except I want to make sure that normally I don't do the job, so I want to make sure that I do the job this time. Alright, there we go. I almost skipped it after just saying, like, make sure you don't. There we go. Now I'm, like, checking again. Like, just make sure. Make sure you do it. Give the job to Ryota. Sorry, guys. I am just like, the true end is long enough and I'm just making it even longer. Dang it. If need be... Oh, stop. Okay. Return to my glorious abode. Make sure, don't skip. Oh, no, don't skip, don't skip. Okay. Did I do it right? Are we good? Okay. Alright, we're good. Alright, let's keep going. It's funny, when you guys said the choices didn't matter, I took that very literally. I played around too much with people's hearts. Alright. Now I have to try not to zoom. I just love that even for like veterans of the game, I managed to do something that even everybody else was like, wait, I didn't know that could happen. So I'm glad that we all know this now. It's okay. Yeah, don't worry, you guys didn't know, so... Oh, I'm late. Oh, this is new. So whenever it's in purple, I'm guessing this is like, is this a flashback or is this is just new stuff? Alright, I've been slow getting out before, but I've never slept through my alarm like this. Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep. Anyway, gotta go fast. Sorry I'm late. Good morning, Kawara. We were just about to- wait, I'm doing it from his point of view? Good morning, Kawara. We were just about to sit down. I guess it also kind of makes sense, like if the flashbacks are about me and Ryota, that I'm doing the Ryota route. Late on the second day, as expected of a pharaoh. I love this! Yay! Yay for getting something other than just, like, a static screen. So now we're actually getting some new stuff here. Now? Sir, where's Rose? Isn't she here? Apparently not. No wonder her kind died off. Well, okay. Where are you, Rose? Usually you'd be here early. You were late yesterday, and now this? I think we can start homeroom now. Today we'll do a little review on the history of bird kind. Oh, I just noticed that someone said about how like now it says hurtful instead of hatoful boyfriend. Oh man, clever. I didn't even catch that. You wait until now to teach that? What a pathetic country. Of course, everyone learned it years ago, but it's required for the second day of the semester. Back when we birds were still beasts and pets, a virus known as H5N1 appeared. At first, it only infected birds, but it underwent a mutation and spread to humans. Alright, here we go. We're getting some backstory. This mutated strain was highly infectious and had an extremely high mortality rate. It became clear it posed a threat to the survival of the human species. Were humans taken out by the bird flu, essentially? And then, like, am I one of the few humans who, like, has some sort of, like, antibody or something against it, and that's why I'm, like, a test subject, is they put me into a school of birds to be like, what will happen to her? So the humans engineered a powerful virus to cull birds and prevent H5N1 from becoming pandemic. Oh, this hits too close to home right now. In hindsight, it seems foolhardy and rash, but the world leaders of the time saw no better option. Except the new virus didn't work. Infected birds didn't die. Rather, their brains grew in size and power, starting with doves. Oh, and then there was a whole thing about, like, that one dove was, like, a Nobel Prize winner or something. And they became super intelligent birds. And then they took over the world while humans died off. That's why doves make up the majority of professionally qualified workers today. Ah, that explains why there's so many doves in this game. Other birds, including quails like me, are still adapting to social life. Incidentally, I heard the first puffin in history to hold a governorship was elected last month. Even cockapos, which were once close to extinction, can now be toilet trained. And, as you all know, the Prime Minister of Japan is a shoebill. Oh, shoebill birds freak me out, they're too big. Anyway, the development of social intelligence in birds has a huge impact on their predators, which leads me to the next point. Since their gambit failed, humans were left defenseless to H5N1. Most died out. The few that are left now live peacefully with birds, though in the past there were large conflicts. Ah, that's the bell. We'll vote on student council members in second period, so be on time. Rose never came. I hope she's okay. Maybe I should try calling her. Kawara, do you have a minute? Sure. We're supposed to get our print boxes today. Would you mind picking ours up? Our print box? Yep, it has all the handouts and everything, since we don't have a council yet. Okay, it's in the faculty room, right? That's right. If you could have it back here before second period, please. This is so interesting doing it from, like, Ryota's point of view. Print box, print box. Inside the faculty office is a stack of cardboard boxes. These must be the ones. This one, maybe? I pick up the box marked 2-3. It's awfully heavy. I guess paper isn't exactly light when there's this much of it. Oh, thank you. You're okay by yourself? It was a little heavier than I expected, but I was fine. Let's take a look inside then, just to make sure everything's there. Huh? Oh, is this like, maybe stuff about me is in there? Did you cut your wing, Kawara? Cut my... I don't think so. It's bleeding. It is. Did I scratch myself on something? It doesn't hurt at all. No, this isn't my blood. What the... Okay, what is that? There's blood leaking through a corner of the box. That's Shu's box. That's gotta be something of Shu's. I feel sick, but I reach out and open the lid anyway. Inside the box. What is it? Is a human... a head? Head! What? The eyes are glassy, but even like this, I still recognize her. I'm dead? What? She wasn't late. She was here all along. Shu got to me. What the fuck? It can't. Okay. Well, this escalated. First class. What? Okay, it started off slow, and then it escalated very quickly. What? Look away, Kawara. Looking will only hurt you. Emergency alert. Emergency alert. We have entered a state of emergency. All students, please evacuate to the gymnasium. Repeat. We have entered. Alright. I'm getting minor spoilers for Danganronpa. I'm getting Danganronpa V3 vibes. People who played the game know what I'm talking about. What is happening? Why is everything red? We got a new protagonist here! I don't know. Until we know what's going on, there's nothing to do but follow instructions. What are you spacing out for, Kawara? Come on. No, I don't want to leave Rose here alone. No, that's Shu. He's the one who carries my head around. Don't do it, Ryota. Come on. Get up. She's gone. That thing is no longer human. I love the fact that it was going by, like, my name, but it actually works because, like, she's no longer human. She's just a head. It can't be. Come. I love how well my human name works in the context of a lot of this. By the time we arrived, the gym was already crowded with students and teachers. No one seems to know what's going on. The gym echoes with whispered speculation. Did you see the box? Yeah, you had that too? Well, the class rep opened it and I didn't see, but apparently there was a human arm in it. Ours had half a leg. It was... Oh, shit! They cut my body up and put them in all the different classes. What? From the snatches of conversation I hear, it sounds like all the print boxes had pieces of a human corpse in them. What? Were they all pieces of Rose, I wonder? Nobody seems particularly concerned, which isn't all that odd. It was grotesque, but it's not like it was a dead bird. Just some primate. Nanaki, this isn't some idiotic disaster drill, is it? We're not supposed to have one until next month. Do you suppose it has something to do with this with that distasteful box? Oh, I didn't make that connection. I just assumed it was because of the, you know, I was doing the Ryota route, so it didn't even occur to me that I went... Oh, it's because I went to go find Ryota, and then I never came back. People who enter Shu's office don't always leave. Or they do leave, but in pieces. Won't someone explain this ridiculous state of affairs already? Yeah, someone tell me what's going on. This is a bad dream, right? Someone wake me up. Someone... Is it bad that I'm just, like, waiting for Monokuma to just pop out, especially the fact that they're all in a gymnasium? And then there's, like, that sound of, like, a school announcement. Oh, wow. Okay, is everyone here? This is Ichijo Mino, the headmaster. The headmaster? It seems we've all gathered together without panic or noise. Excellent. Unfortunately, there's been a natural disaster outside. The school is a designated evacuation site, so please remain here a little longer. Danganronpa vibes, guys. We're locked in a school in the gymnasium. There's been a murder. Like, like, I know that's not what this is supposed to be, but I'm like, the parallels, man, the parallels. Natural disaster. Nonsense. The weather is perfectly clear. Cool. Okasan feels no earthquakes. It's not like we're anywhere near a volcano or anything. I demand an explanation, Headmaster. Just what is going on outside? Does this have something to do with human, Rose? Why have you brought us here? I repeat, there has been a... No, imbecile. Damn, I'm so excited. Okay. Well, I was gonna play until 7, but considering that we had a little bit of a delay with me, you know, picking the bad end by accident, I'll probably go a little bit longer, because also I'm hyped as hell. The gymnasium erupts in whispered discussion once more. Well, that changed nothing. I still have no idea what's going on. Are you alright, Kawara? No, yes, I am. This could prove to be a very bad day for us all. Could prove to be. It already is. Cool, Mr. Nanaki, Rose is missing. Oh, Okasan, you are very behind. She must have run off somewhere. Okasan will go look for her. San, no, she's... Oh, Okasan. You're gonna be the next to go, aren't you? San is an older breed, much closer to pigeons of the human era. Maybe he doesn't understand the concept of death. Trying to explain would only hurt myself. The headmaster has proven entirely unhelpful. What should we do, Nanaki? Well, we can't exactly carry on with class. I agree with San. Let's go get Rose. Calm yourself, Kawara. To relinquish your sanity during a state of emergency is suicide. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Sir, we can't just leave her there like that. Maybe, may I go back to the classroom just once? Well, the principal did ask us to remain here, but he didn't say we couldn't leave the gym now, did he? Go in pairs, everybody, go in pairs. I'm coming with you. As president of the student council, I have a responsibility to get to the bottom of this. Thanks, Sakuya. Do not flatter yourself. I am not doing this for you. Human was foolish, loud, and had no manners or sense. But she never deserved anything like this. I swear by my blood and name as a labelle, I will find the one who did this. You shall be my assistant. Come, Kohar. Ryota's like, he's the assistant. He's like, I was gonna be the main character, and now I'm the assistant. Okay, right. Even when he's got the chance, he can't be the main character. And so I exited the gymnasium in Sakuya's majestic wake. I want to know what happened to Rose. Who did that to her, and why? Can the evacuation possibly have nothing to do with her? Why wouldn't the headmaster explain anything? My head was a raging whirlpool of questions and no answers, and I did not yet know what we would find. Man, oh man, this is wild. What is this? A wall, a huge gray. What had been a clear autumn day was now blocked off by a dull gray. It's like they're like quarantined, sequestered. It's dark, almost like the sun has already gone down. A dome, rather. We appear to be shut in from above as well. A school surrounded by a dome. Why does this sound familiar, too? When did they do this and how? I don't think any of us were in full command of his facilities. Facilities as we came this way. We can't be certain it wasn't already there. It does seem most likely it was put in place while we were all in the gymnasium listening to the headmaster. He did say there was a natural disaster. Maybe this is some sort of shield? A disaster so destructive there's nothing to be done but hide under an enormous gray blanket and wait? Maybe they didn't give the headmaster the details to avoid causing a panic. If that were the case, they would be robbing us of our right to know why our very lives are in danger. Is this really a shelter? Is this really a natural disaster? Either way, we don't know if there's a connection between what happened to Rose and all this. Let's go to the classroom and then tell Mr. Nanaki about the dome. Very well. This is wild. It seems more like they're keeping us contained for some reason. Did some sort of outbreak happen? Something to do with me? Like they don't want us getting out for some reason? It's not so much about keeping a disaster from getting us. It's about keeping us from going outside for some reason. It looks like the other classes left theirs as they were as well. They're at the teachers' desks. Is everybody also planning on staying in the gym? Japan is a country full of fools who have grown lazy through too much peace. I doubt anyone else has dared to take it upon themselves to investigate this matter. This is like a murder mystery. I love it. We're gonna find out what happened to me. We're here. Alright, the box is still where I left it. Inside is... I can't. Sakuya, I'm sorry. Could you? No matter. What is this madness? Huh? There's nothing here. What? Oh, that can't be right. We left it right here. It's not like it got up and moved on its own, is it? Someone came and removed it while everyone was at the gym. This is life, not some third-rate mystery novel. It's like someone, maybe the headmaster has employed someone to kind of clean up. But the fact that someone would go to that effort to, like, display everything to the students and now cleaning it up. Exactly, Sakuya. Yuya. Salutations, Ryota. I see you're babysitting Sakuya. Well, we got 00 Yuya over here, so, like, he might be able to help us figure things out. Or maybe he might have some information for us. Do not throw my name about like some cheap toy mongrel. How cruel. Well, I can't blame you for being tense, given the circumstances. I think you'd act like that regardless of the circumstances, Yuya. I am sorry about her. It pains me to think what happened. His expression clouds. It's strange, I've never seen him with any expression other than carefree cheerfulness before. You'd known her for a long time, right? Yes. Do you know something about all this, Yuya? Well, most of this business is still a mystery to me, but I can at least answer the question we face right now. The whereabouts of the corpse, you mean? Yeah, that. As you said, this isn't some third-rate mystery novel. Corpses don't disappear, and we won't be having a famous detective show up and find the culprit for us. We are going to be the detectives. Anyway, the other infirmary assistants and I gathered her up in the chemistry lab. The chemistry lab? What for? For one, well, we couldn't just leave her scattered throughout the school, if only for the mental health of the students. Secondly, for the autopsy. As you know, we have two things going on here at once. The only human in the school was cut up and distributed to the rest of the school, and now there's some natural disaster happening. I imagine you're wondering if isn't a connection between the two. We are, but we haven't found anything. What do you know? I told you, this is all a mystery to me too. I suspect we will have an easier time investigating the murder as long as we're sealed in like this, though. The doctor should be proceeding with the autopsy by now. The doctor? No, get that doctor away from my body. No, the doctor, why him? He's probably the one who did this in the first place to me. You don't trust him? Of course not. I don't want to think about what he might do to her. I was like, Yuya should know better than anyone that the doctor's not to be trusted. He might even have. You suspect the doctor? Yes, everybody knows he's a nutcase. He probably killed her for some crazy experiment. He's an expert in the field. Who else here could perform the autopsy? But I know where you're coming from, Ryota. He's not exactly the most ethically minded bird around. That's why I asked Professor Nanaki to come too. He should be there by now, if you want to go make sure. Alright, we'll go later. So Rose has been gathered in the chemistry lab, and the doctor and Mr. Nanaki are examining her now. Mr. Nanaki might not be the best witness, but he's better than no one, right? We know where the corpse went then, but why are you here? Me? I'm investigating, under my own orders, of course. Playing detective, mongrel? That, and I have to make sure we didn't miss any pieces. The fact that Shu is so suspicious makes me think either he's working, I mean, we kind of know he's working for something bigger, so it's like Shu might be behind this, but like there's a greater cause for this, or it's something completely different that's just going to completely catch me off guard. I have a feeling the headmaster is behind this, though. He has something to do with this. You can't blame me for being suspicious of headmasters of schools given the games that I played, I'm just saying. Anyway, what are you two going to do now? Personally, I think the murder and the evacuation are almost certainly connected. I'm inclined to agree. The headmaster's refusal to explain our situation makes me doubt his story in its entirety. Indeed. So Ryota, yeah? I know how you feel. You want to find the one who did this to Rose as soon as possible, right? Yes. Okay, damn. The places this game is going, I never, ever could have expected. Rose. Gone for a moment, and suddenly she was turned into this. Who did that to her? I'll find them, and I'm going to find the culprit, and never felt this emotion before, but now I feel nothing else. When I find that bird, My thoughts exactly. Unfortunately, the school is a mess, and we won't find anything by chasing after her shadow. I think we should try to solve both mysteries at once, whenever possible. Of course, the wall could just be there because of some natural disaster. That's about all I have to say. We didn't need your advice from the start. You're nothing but talk anyway, mongrel. Thanks, Yuya. We'll do our best to help. Oh, one other thing. You might want to talk to one in the maintenance office. Tell him I sent you. Oh, yes, the janitor that we only saw briefly. You mean that antisocial cockatiel dandy everybody hates? Yep, him. Don't worry, he's a good guy. He'll be able to help you, and you might find something useful in there. Well, that's it for the talky mongrel. Adieu. He saunters off towards the staircase. What a dreadfully obnoxious man. I thought he'd never shut up. He gave us some good advice, right? We should be grateful. Anyway, I don't think we'll find anything else here. Indeed. Where should we head next? I doubt we'd go amiss by visiting the lab, the maintenance office, or by investigating the wall outside. Is this gonna turn into like an investigation thing where I can actually like pick which rooms I want to go to? Right. Let's go to the office. Oh, okay, it's kind of streamlined here. I'm okay. I'm along for the story. I don't even care if there's no choices after this. Plus, we all know I'm not great at making choices. Let's go to the office first. Maybe this one guy will be able to help us. The maintenance office. In other words, the repairman's shop. I doubt we'll find anything useful there. Yuya said to go, right? I doubt the integrity of his advice. Geez, is that anything to say about your own brother? You should be nicer to your family. My family? Do you mock me? That filthy-blooded mongrel is no relation to me. Whoa, calm down. I guess his elitism is still running business as usual. We don't have time to waste. We should hurry. The music got so trippy, too. The maintenance room is in the corner of the main building on the ground floor, right? Like, you gotta think people who just bought this game when it came out, just, you know, because, like, it looked funny, like, haha, funny birds, and then they maybe played a couple of routes and then just, like, stopped after that. To, like, they could have never have guessed that it would become a game like this. You know, you just have to put your time into it. Excuse us. What is that? It doesn't look very educational. The handyman pretty much lives in here, I think. A dove, and one more. Mr. One, hello. What are you doing here? Didn't you hear the alarm? I'm Ryota, and this is Sakuya. We got permission from our teacher to investigate the building. Didn't you hear the alarm? No panic, no noise, and no leaving. That's what I do here. Whoa, somehow he seems really cool. You mean you're too lazy to go to the gymnasium? Don't worry about me. You two go on ahead and find your class there. No, we're not... Do you mean to interfere with us, wretched fool? Yuya said we should ask you for help. Sakazaki Yuya? Yes, him. We decided to honor his request by coming all the way over here. Props to whoever made this game, that they put all of this effort into, like, this route, knowing that what percentage, like, maybe 10% of people who played the game would actually see it. Do you intend to stop us now? Sakuya, where the heck are your manners? Sorry, he transferred from overseas and his Japanese isn't too great. He certainly has more bark than I imagine he has bite. Very well, come in. What did you say you gentlemen were investigating? Two things. The murder of Human Rose and the mysterious wall outside. You've been in here the whole time, right? Do you know what he's talking about? Yes, I got an idea of it from Mr. Sakazaki. In other words, you know only what you have heard from that mongrel. In other words, you know only what you have heard. Oh wait, ugh. Gee, I just had like a, it's like I looped or something. Useless. I know plenty about the school itself though. My job is to take care of the entire campus. The music is just getting, like, music's been pretty good throughout, but it's like getting real good. It's kind of chill. Maybe you know what the big gray wall outside is then. Nope. Useless wretch. Sakuya, calm down. Though, I'm not sure there's anything we can learn here right now. Oh, wait. Mr. One, could we use your computer? Maybe we could find out what's going on outside. Sadly not. Everything's been cut off since this morning. Even the telephone wires, eh? This is too thorough. I can't think of any reason why they'd need to cut communication systems off if it were some sort of storm protection. This has been a wild goose chase then, a complete waste of time. Let us go, Kawara. Wait, I have a bright and massive piece of advice for you. Bright and massive? What? If you get stuck, try the headmaster's office. I've been almost everywhere in the school, but never there. You might be able to find something out about the wall if you check in there. Of course, the headmaster did not speak to us in person in the gym. If he was broadcasting from his office, then he might still be there. Asking him certainly seems like the best way to get some solid information. We should try that. If you need a break later on, feel free to come back here and rest. Anyone Mr. Sakazaki sent is trustworthy. I'll get you some notes. If you find anything, you can come write it down. You never know what could happen in a situation like this, and you don't want to forget anything. Yeah, I probably will forget stuff like that, so... Oh, this is really cool. Like, will I be able to just kind of, like, choose where I want to go? Thank you, Mr. One. We can come back here later. For now, we should check the lab, or the wall. After those two, we can try the headmaster's office. Okay, there we go. I can make my choices. Now, in this case, does it really matter? I don't know, so we'll just go to the lab first. Excuse us. It's always been one of the gloomier parts of the school, but today the lab is downright depressing. Hello, Kawara. Sir, thank you for being with Rose now. Of course. Sakazaki came and asked me to come right after you two left the gym. He must have gone past us. How unfortunate. The doctor is lining the pieces of Rose up on one of the lab benches. Damn. I was gonna say, for being just like a math teacher, he seems pretty chill with like handling a body. Is there something to this teacher that we don't know about? I mean, Shu, we understand why he's okay with bodies, but yeah, the teacher? Must you glower at me so, Mr. Kawara? I like that the Nutcracker music is still here for Shu. I'm not glowering at you. Do you disapprove of my handling her? He gives me an evil smile. No, that's not it. I just wish we had a doctor who wasn't this malicious. Are you finding anything, Dr. Iwamine? Not yet, no. I only just finished assembling her. It will take some time. I will send word to you when I've finished. Perhaps you have something else to do while you wait. Very well, we shall not interfere. Come, Kawara. Right. Oh, Mr. Kawara, a moment, please. Yes? Allow me to give you a hint. A hint? You suspect me of foul play, do you not? In light of that, I shall leave it up to you whether you decide to believe me or not. Oh, I wonder if there's a thing where, like, can we make a choice at the end of the game of who we think is, like, behind all this, and then depending on what answer I give, I get, like, a good end or a bad end? Anyway, I think you've missed something very important. One might say you've forgotten something. Perhaps you should bear that in mind, You're just a little bit off, but I'm sure you'll find the answer yourself if you keep looking. Ho ho ho. Isn't it beautiful, Mr. Kawara? The sound of your life crumbling apart around you? Damn, I take it does not suit your taste. Very well. He was rather fond of the unusual himself. A pity. He. Well then, you can handle the outside investigation, and I, the internal. Ho ho ho. Good luck, Mr. Kawara. Right, thanks, Doctor. He's definitely enjoying himself. What a psycho. He's not wrong. What did he mean when he said I was missing something? Or maybe he was just trying to lead me astray. Better not to worry about it for the time being. What were you talking about with Kawara about, Doctor? Nothing important. I was just giving him a little emotional support and encouragement. Talk about doctors not having good bedside manners. That issue all over. I see. That's good then. I'm sure you'll remember not to cause any trouble for my students, Doctor. We step outside once more. The gray dome remains blocking out the morning sky. Let's get a closer look at it. We can't see much from over here. Indeed. Iron, maybe? It's quite firm at any rate. Maybe it's some sort of shelter. My phone's out of range. Maybe this wall is blocking the signal? That seems likely. It sounds thick and dense. Trying to break a hole in it will not be practical. Maybe there's an emergency exit or something. We should check. We still don't know whether or not we are completely sealed in after all. Right, let's walk around the perimeter. Whew. Doesn't look like there's any doors or anything. Indeed, it appears to be identical all the way around. Do you suppose it's ventilated? I can't say I fancy the prospect of suffocating under this thing without even knowing why it's here. I'd think an emergency shelter would have some sort of airflow built in it, yeah. If not, then we're in deep trouble. What are you looking at? Up there. Is that some sort of hatchway? He points upwards. Ah. He's right. About 20 meters up, there's a joint or something of a different color. It does look like it might lead outside. Let's go look. Oh yeah, I forgot they can fly. They're birds. I haven't actually seen it happen, though. I don't see any sort of latch. Can we open it by hand? Yeah, maybe there's a switch or something somewhere. It does not seem like we can do anything here now. Let us remember its location and return later. I don't like to think about it, but if there really is such a terrible disaster out there that this is the only option, maybe it would be better to leave it shut. Indeed, let us move on. We still don't know what's going on outside. I've got enough on my mind just thinking about Rose, but I'm worried about my family outside too. I hope my mother's okay. And yeah, of course, the fact that they can't get any cell reception. I'm sure that's just a coincidence that they can't call for help or see what's going on outside. I suppose we finished the first stage of the investigation. Yeah, we've got a better idea of the situation, I guess. The doctor's working in the lab. The gray dome covers the entire school, but for one small hatch. And we can use the maintenance office as a base. Mr. One did say... Indeed, he suggested we visit the headmaster's office. It's on the first floor. Let's go. Headmaster, sir. Are you within? We demand entry. Rude even to the headmaster. I wonder if the doctor is the only person in the entire school who he actually respects. No reply. Let's go in. Wait, Sakuya, that's... It's locked? Ugh, where is that old geezer? Maybe he's pretending to be out so we'll go away? Indeed, he never was the type to walk about the campus. Or perhaps he's locked the door from the inside and plans to stay inside until the siege lets up. Should we wait around? We have no time for such, frivolities? I know it's like frivolous. We shall enter this room if it means reducing the door to a miserable pile of splinters. It's the headmaster's door. I don't think it will be easy to break down. You speak the truth. Let us ask Nanaki if there isn't a key to open it from the outside. Yeah, we can head back to the... Ooh. What is it, Kawara? I thought I heard something. I hear nothing. Perhaps you were imagining things? Like something being dragged across the floor. Listen, there it is again, behind... are we gonna get into some horror? I wouldn't be surprised if this game suddenly turned into like a horror. It kind of did with Shoes Root, but like true horror. Then again, the idea of me being all cut up is pretty horrific in its own right. Oh, what? Okay. What is going on here? What? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like this. That's a bloody sack bag. Okay. Okay. I don't know what to expect from this game anymore. Suddenly behind us stood a gigantic scarecrow-like creature with a rough burlap sack for a head. God damn. Second class. Okay. What in... The scarecrow man draws closer, dragging its long, ungainly metallic arm behind it. Sakuya, watch out! I wouldn't be surprised if now it's turned into like an RPG, like the Yuya... Was it? No, it was the Angel route, where it was like a boss fight at the end. Its arm slices through the air, smashing the window into tiny shards, which scatter across the hallway floor. We don't know what it is, but apparently it isn't friendly. Sakuya, we have to run. I am well aware. Or you could fly, you know. Pants. I love the idea that they can fly, but they need stairs. Did we lose it? I think so. Lucky it moves so slowly. What was it? Surely no one could devise a prank as bizarre as that. It looked like a biped. It was humanoid, but I don't think it was a human. I've never heard of a human made of metal and burlap. Murder, the dome, and now this. I know not what is behind these trickeries, but they must have a death wish to mock me, so... For now, we have to get back to the lab. We need to warn Mr. Nanaki. Okay, cool, so now we got, like, robot monster coming? Like, now we get that thing's patrolling the hallways? Cool. Oh, welcome back, Kawara. Shirogane. Would you like some tea? Is this really the time? We cannot afford to relax now, Professor. So, I take it something happened. He's, like, way too chill. The headmaster, he must have been hiding from the scarecrow. It smashed the window. Calm yourself, Kawara. You've become incoherent. Sorry. We were attacked by a gigantic creature outside the headmaster's office. It was a bizarre thing, like a scarecrow in appearance. A scarecrow? Yeah. Like the ones humans used to make. It attacked us, and we ran back here. It was slow, but its arm was very heavy and dangerous. Are the other students still in the gymnasium? Probably not all of them. If there's something dangerous in here, we should probably tell everybody to stay together in the gym. Yeah. The plot thickens indeed. Not only are we trapped under this confounded dome, but now it seems we must contend with this monstrous new guest. I wonder what the Scarecrow Man's connection to all this is. What are they gonna throw at me next? I can't even imagine. A Scarecrow Man, you say? Doctor. Fascinating. I've never cut into one of those. I'd love to get my hands on it. Ho ho ho. They do use the hands phrase a lot. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, it's a subreddit where it's like bird arms, where people Photoshop arms on birds. Like, now that's all I can think of. It's like, they're birds, but they have human arms, and that's horrifying. Have you finished the autopsy, Doctor? Yes, for now. I was awake here the whole time, don't worry. Thank you, Mr. Nanaki. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, true enough, they didn't doze off. Like, maybe he micro-slept and, shoot, did something while he was asleep. You two may well have a right to know what I found, given your efforts towards the investigation. I shall try to state simply and briefly what I have learned from the lumps of meat which once were mishuman. Hey, show me some respect, man! Control yourself, Kawara. Falling out among ourselves would only do us harm. I know. Ho ho! Anyway, we lacked the tools for a proper examination, but the cause of death was asphyxiation. There are no signs of any strangulation or smothering, so she was either poisoned or sick. She was dismembered after death then, Doctor? It would appear so. There is little evidence of bleeding, so we may assume she was cut up some time after death. Rose was one of the healthiest people I know. She couldn't have become that sick that quickly, meaning someone poisoned her. Why? For the sake of the grotesque, or to make her easier to carry, or for some other reason. Disgusting, either way. I suppose I should also tell you the estimated time of death. Obviously, I cannot be completely certain, but I believe Miss Human died yesterday, after school. In the evening, then. Precisely. And she was found this morning. And that's when I went to go find Ryota, right? Like, I said I was gonna go find him, and then I never came back. In other words, unless she was seen yesterday afternoon, she may have been here all along. Kawara, her house was near yours, was it not? Did you see her yesterday? After school, no, I didn't. My mother asked me to run some errands, so I went straight home yesterday. That's right, I went home alone. It's too late to regret it now, but maybe if I just asked her to walk home with me. I see. Perhaps we should ask any other students with whom she was close. You're going out again? Be careful. It sounds like wandering around the school could be dangerous. Don't worry, we can outrun the scarecrow if it shows up again. Incidentally, I went home early yesterday too. I left as soon as the class ended. So I only know what Ryota has told me. I wish I had some useful information, but... I was in the infirmary right up until I returned home, as usual. I know nothing of what happened in the rest of the school, sadly. So neither Mr. Nanaki nor Dr. Iwamine saw Rose yesterday afternoon. Oh, right. Could we ask a favor of you, Mr. Nanaki? A favor? The headmaster's office is locked. We think he might be hiding in there. There's a spare key to his door. Could we use it? A spare key? Yes, there should be one in the faculty room. I'll ask the vice president for you. Thank you, sir. We'll be back soon. Be careful out there. You too, sir. Alright, are these two gonna talk? Kawara is a strange boy. I wonder why he lied about going straight home. Ooh. What? The plot thickens. Am I playing as the killer? Is Ryota the killer? And he has some sort of, like, Amnesia? We won't be able to talk to the headmaster until we have the key. Let us work on the murder case until then. Right. We should ask every birdie where they were yesterday. The doctor said he was in the infirmary until he went home. I wonder if we can trust him. Do not bias yourself with baseless suspicions, Kawara. Yeah, I know. I think maybe you trust him a little too easily, Sakuya. He's a world authority, but that doesn't make him honest. You know nothing of what that means. The head of the LaBelle family, my father, was once crippled with chronic illness. He was cured by medicines developed by Dr. Iwamine. He makes medicine? Save the sleep talk for your dreams. Have you no idea what contributions he's made to the medical world? Maybe he uses the blood of all the birds that he's cut up to make his medicine. I didn't know. I thought he was some kind of mad scientist cooking up nothing but death and all-around woe. You've become biased by the foolish rumors of the peasantry. Reconsider yourself. In any case, the LaBelle family is indebted to him. A noble bird will never treat a benefactor with disrespect. So that's why he's so polite to the doctor. Doesn't that make him biased as well? Anyway, let's go. Very well. Okay, so now we'll go to... I guess we'll go to the gymnasium. The students in the gymnasium have grown somewhat restless since the evacuation, shut up with no explanation, and now there's a suspicious individual wandering the campus. I guess even doves lose their cool eventually. San, where are you? Cool, Okasan is right here, alive and well. So it's nice to hear Okasan's music after all of that, like, seriousness. Cool, where did you and Sakuya go? Leaving Okasan behind, and going outside is not fair. Let's bring Okasan, he'll fight the, that scarecrow thing. You just confused the issue if we brought you along. We came back because we had a question for you. Cool, come at me, whippersnapper. That's not what you usually practice on the ground after school, right? Of course, it is Okasan's duty as track captain. Did you see Rose while you were out there yesterday? No, Okasan did not see her then, or as he was going home. Can we really be sure that he would have noticed her, even if she had been there while he was running? Good point. Do not look down on Okasan's visual memory. If you had asked Okasan about the blood-stained interloper he saw, then he would have had something to say. Well, wait, San, what did you just... Do not look down on Okasan's visual memory. After that, imbecile. If you had asked Okasan about the blood-stained interloper he saw, he would have had something to say. Okasan saw the interloper going to the infirmary. The infirmary? Could that have been Rose? She wouldn't have been stained with blood until after she died. She was a bit hyper, but I don't think she'd be walking around at that point. Maybe... Okay, it was not Rose. It was a bird unknown to Okasan. So someone covered in blood was going into the infirmary after school. Whoever he is, he's our prime suspect now. Thanks for telling us, San. Okay. Interesting. And then there's that whole thing with, like, the scarecrow with the bag on his head that looked a little bit bloody. Maybe someone is taking the few humans that are left and cutting them up and turning them into robots? At least we found something, even if it raises more questions than it answers. Yeah, some bird who San doesn't know. Could it have been someone from outside the school? It's past noon already. Let us hurry onwards. Mr. One? You two again. Come in. How goes the investigation? Well, I hope? We went to the headmaster's office, as you requested. It was locked, however. Yeah, we got attacked by this weird thing outside. I'm glad you're okay. The office isn't that far from... Was that thing a muddy scarecrow-like man, perhaps? Yuya. So, you've seen it too. Just now, yeah. On the second floor. His music is so... Do. Like, it's so chill. I caught a glimpse of it from behind at the other end of the corridor and didn't stick around to let it see me, so alas, I was not blessed with a look at its pretty face. Coward. Hey, we ran away as soon as we saw it too. Anyway, it sounds like it's wandering around the building. Maybe it'd be better for you to leave, Mr. One. Don't worry for me, young one. My duties prevent me from leaving this room. You two aren't planning to call off your investigation because of a bad guy or two either. Well, yeah, that's true. Already stuck in the rut of unadaptable middle age? Don't come crying to us if you get hurt. I've come within touching distance of death in the past. I will be fine. I wonder what kind of death comes that close to a maintenance worker. Then again, knowing this school, there could be all kinds of evil going on behind the scenes. Well then, what are you standing around for? I believe orders were given for everyone to gather in the gymnasium to avoid the scarecrow. Same goes for you. Why aren't you headed over there? I can't just sit around. Indeed, same here. Hence, walking around the school. On that note, I better go to the lab. Professor Nanaki wanted me there. I gotta get the key, right? What for? Something you asked him to do. Oh. He wants you to help him keep an eye on Dr. Iwamine. Most likely, yes. The doctor and Rose, that is. Thank you for referring to me as Rose and not like the body, like everyone else, like the cut up parts of bloody meat bags that were once me. Anyway, you two go on with your investigation. I'll be watching over her, so don't worry. Right. Wait. Yeah? According to the autopsy, Human died after school yesterday. Did you see her during that time? Yesterday afternoon, huh? What did the doctor say? Just that he'd been in the infirmary all day. I was there too. We were inspecting and cleaning all day, so I can verify the doctor's alibi. I told you not to doubt him without evidence, Kawara. Ah, right. At this point, the prime suspect is that scarecrow anyway. That's everything? Well, adieu. We should head out too. But first, let's write down what we found. Alright, let's go. And so we walked about the school searching for clues of Rose and the mysterious blood-stained stranger. We were lucky enough to avoid encountering the scarecrow, but we didn't find any information either. Where to now? Nanaki's probably got the key for us by now. Let us return to the lab. Okay. Huh? What is it? Did you say something just now? I did not. Could it be that confounded scarecrow again? No, it's not him. I thought I heard somebody say something. I think Red is losing his mind here. Bah, don't scare me like that. Though, we've been walking around half the day. It's hardly surprising your mind should be playing tricks on you. This is... the library. What if there's somebody in here? They might not have heard the alarm. Oh yeah, there's, that's right. Nageki. Is he gonna come in? Because nobody can see him except me, so, like, is he gonna come into play at this? Let's check. Very well. Far removed from the emergency throughout the rest of the school. The library is the same as always. Empty. Poor forgotten Nageki. Maybe they'll see him somehow and he could be part of this. It's a little gloomier than usual. I guess there's no one here. Pull yourself together, Kawara. I have no use for subordinates who lose hold of their sanity. Since when am I your subordinate? Sorry, Sakuya. Let's head back to the lab. Something bad happened. There he is! There's Nageki. I should have known what would happen after this. If it hadn't been for me, none of this would have happened at all. Oh, what was I trying to do here? What did I see? Why can't I remember? I can't hear. What are you saying? You're fading away. It's too far. Miss Human. Oh. Okay. Well, like my spirit? Okay. Mr. Nanaki, welcome back. Have you found anything interesting? Yet another suspicious individual. But we should speak with the headmaster first. Have you got the key? Yes, I have. Right here. Thank you, sir. Well, let's go have a look, shall we? The doctor and I will be here. Be careful. Adieu. Clear left. Alright, what are we gonna find? Will he be in here? Clear right. What is he hiding? Good. It doesn't look like the scarecrow is here. That's good. If I had to fly away from something like that, I might panic and hit the ceiling. Oh, right. Quail's reflex would startle this to fly straight up. Well, I didn't know that. Learned that today. We should hear it dragging its arm when it moves, so we'll have plenty of time to get away. Let's go in. Right. Let's see. The headmaster, who gathered us all in the gym without any real explanation. How many of our questions will he be able to answer? Will he be dead? Are we going to have a locked room mystery? Excuse us. Maybe he's not here? That or hiding. He's dead. He's dead. Locked room. Locked room. There's somebody at the desk. He's sitting with his back to us, but his feathers are that unmistakable green of a Nicobar. Speak to us, headmaster. Have you gone deaf? Sakuya, be polite. Japan is the country of courtesy, after all. Is it his fault or mine that we had to come here? Headmaster, will you? Yeah, he did. This Sakuya? The thing here is no longer the headmaster. His half-closed eyes are dull and cloudy. The skin showing beneath his feathers is pallid. What madness? Him too? We got everything in this. We got... Oh, second class end. Okay. Now we get another murder and we have a locked room situation. Gotta think who else could get in that room. Oh, I don't know. I think I skipped something there. Alright, third class. How many, can you guys tell me how many classes are there? Or roughly, like, how much more time? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. It's not quite as much of a locked room, because someone with the key could get in. True enough, true enough. So yeah, how many classes are there in this true end, and like roughly how much time is left? Poisoning. Only a few hours ago. I believe he's already dead when the announcement was broadcast this morning, though. Oh, interesting. I checked his broadcasting equipment, and it looks like they put the video together from last year's disaster drill footage. Meaning, somebody killed the headmaster and gathered everyone else in the gym. Why would anyone... There's no explanation, but mere obscene delight in the grotesque. I think we may all be vastly underestimating the magnitude of whatever's going on. This is crazy. It might be better if we kept this to ourselves for now. I concur, until we have a proper grasp of the situation. Telling the others would only cause unnecessary panic. First Rose, and now the headmaster, both poisoned. Were they killed by the same person? More rationally, they must have had a reason for killing him and fabricating the broadcast. This must be connected to the quarantine. Since we're finally here, let's search for some clues, Kawara. Right. Okay, so there's 8 classes. Woof, okay. Well, I mean, I knew this was long going in, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Easier said than done. Every shelf in his office is piled high with documents and papers. Where do we even start? Incompetent feral. Examine each piece one at a time, looking for anything about emergency procedures. Plans of the school. Got it. PTA records. That's not it. Demographics for dummies. Nope. Transfer students. Wait, next to that... Yeah, there was that whole thing in the archive about the transfer students. Next to that is the human representative. Yes, we're getting into this. It was hinted at in the archive stuff. That must mean Rose, and the date is from 2 years ago, right before she enrolled. It's not really related to today's incidents, but it might have something useful. It's like I'm a plant. So it's like I'm a plant from a some sort of organization. They put me in here for some purpose. There doesn't appear to be anything about converting the school into a shelter. Anything this large scale would have to leave some sort of paper trail were it official. Hang on, Sakuya. What are you reading, Kawara? This. The human representative. It's locked, even though none of the others are. A minority representative is no more important than transfer students or the like. There's no need to have it sealed up like a criminal record. I wonder what's written in here. We can't exactly ask the headmaster to open it for us. I don't suppose the key is in here somewhere. Maybe we should ask Mr. One for help? Do you intend to break it open? Yeah, it'll be faster than looking around for the key. And... that? I was wondering about that as well. That thing on his desk. Some sort of control panel. Whatever it is, it's suspicious. I believe it's a control panel for some machine, yes. And spread out next to it is... the dome. Maybe this is maybe this is controls... Oh, maybe... I think it's supposed to say, maybe this controls the dome. Or the hatch we saw earlier. One did postulate that it would be in here. Locked, of course. I doubt we'll find it easy to break that one. Yeah. All the same, we have some actual hope of getting out of here now. Even just that is comforting. Let's go talk to Mr. One. I think we have exhausted the possibilities of this room for the time being. Let us go. We're gonna run into that monster. Or a different monster. Mr. Kawara. Yes, sir? Ho ho, I see you have yet to lose your open distrust of me. Well, 2 people have been poisoned. And we have evidence the perpetrator went into the infirmary. It's sort of hard not to doubt you a little, sir. Not too hard for Sakuya, though. How honest of you. Did you find it yet? The thing you forgot about? Oh, the thing I forgot about. He must be talking about what he said earlier. No, I'm not convinced you're not just trying to mess with me. Are you sure you're not trying to keep me from finding something you thought nobody knew about? Oh, I've been talking for a while. I'm starting to slip. How cruel, Mr. Kawara. Your boundless suspicion wounds me. He doesn't look wounded at all, more like amused. I have no reason to regret you solving this mystery, Mr. Kawara. Let me give you another hint. There are no riddles here. If you want to find the truth, you need only keep going. You need not use your brain at all. Oh, thank you. What are you talking about? No riddles? Wait, not that. You mean to say you know the truth already? Well, who knows? If you do, tell me. I told you, you need only keep going. Everything here is a plot that was laid out just for you, after all. Just for me. It's got to be something to do with that stuff at the beginning. The wish. The wish that, like, him and Rose made, and then, like, they said it might not happen today, it won't happen tomorrow, but it will happen at some point. How long must you babble, Kawara? Come. Sorry. I take it this is a challenge, Doctor? You may take it that way if you so wish. I swear, I will find the truth. And if I find that you killed Rose, ho ho ho. Oh, I do look forward to seeing what sort of answer you find. Mr. One? You two again. What is it? We explained to Mr. One what we found in the headmaster's office. The plot thickens, I see. We think this file may be connected to the mystery. Can you unlock it? Or break it? Let me see. This will be rather troublesome. It's just a lock, right? Forcing it will result in spontaneous combustion. Well, what? Why would they put something like that on a bunch of ordinary documents? Perhaps because these documents are not ordinary. All the same, I've dealt with similar things in the past. It will take time, but I believe I can open it. So defusing bombs falls under maintenance operations? Do not forget, I'm not just a maintenance worker. I am a bright and massive maintenance worker. What does that have to do with anything? So, maintenance work in Japan requires a number of skills. I'm impressed. I think Mr. One is the only... Oh, right. Can we ask you one more thing? You may. We found a control panel that looks like it's for the dome as well. But it's locked. It seems to require a password. A password? Ask Mr. Sakazaki for help. Yuya. He is a master of unauthorized access. So that wretched mongrel has lowered himself to crime? I never knew he could. Sakuya, just let it go. We need his help here. I shall take care of this folder then. I can't say for sure, but it should be done by the time you and Mr. Sakazaki get back. Alright, thanks. We should probably write all this down since we're here. Are we actually going to have like a little notebook or something? Where is Yuya right now? Either in the lab or possibly gallivanting about like a nincompoop. This would be a lot easier if we could use our phones, but we can't. Off to the lab. Here we are. I wonder if he's still in there. Oh god, what if Yuya's dead? What if he's a fried chicken as we turn the corner? Oh no, whenever you hear a door open, oh, it's no good. It's no good. Or that thing, the scarecrow man blocks our path. Oh, wow. I forgot about him. Of all the... Sakuya, run. Whoa. Whoa. Don't order me around, feral. Pants. Okay, we're in the library. Nageki, are you gonna make your appearance? We lost it, right? Oh, shoot. Sakuya and I must have run in different directions. I hope he's okay. Of all the times to run into that thing again. If it's lying in wait for us like that, we can't rely on the noise of its arm to find it. And the dome makes the building dark, so it's hard to see. I'd better be careful. Where is it now? I want to head straight to the lab, but... Oh, that's Nageki. Did I just hear something? Oh, he can see him. What are you doing in here all alone? What does this mean if Ryota can see him, though? Did you see the wall outside? There's been an emergency and everybody's supposed to gather in the gym. You should... Your... Kawara Ryota? I'm guessing Rose probably told Nageki about him. He knows my name? Have I met him somewhere before? Yeah, have we met before? The unfamiliar mourning dove shakes his head. This is the first time we've spoken. Then why do you know my name? She told me. Miss Human. Rose? Oh, right. Didn't she say she made friends with a freshman who's in the library all the time? I guess in this route, like, I'm just friends with everybody because I've done all the routes, right? Can I ask your name? Fujishiro Nageki. You were friends with Rose then. Did you maybe see her after school yesterday? Was she acting strange at all, or... Oh, shoot. He didn't hear the emergency broadcast, so he probably doesn't know what happened to her. She's... Don't worry about it. You don't have to explain again. Huh? I already know. Oh. She washed up here and spoke to me. Which can only mean one thing. She's dead. Does that mean Ryota's dead, though? Like, how come Ryota can talk to Nageki if he's not dead? He doesn't exactly make things easy to understand. Almost as if he's talking to himself and doesn't care whether or not his interlocutor knows what he means. She washed up here. Do you mean yesterday? If you know anything about what happened to her last night, please tell me. I do not. Miss Human did not come to the library after school yesterday, so she didn't come here either. Thanks. I need to hurry back to the chemistry lab, and you should probably get out of here too. There's a suspicious individual in the building. Gotta love how you guys have been saying about how, like, Shu is being intentionally, you know, like, not giving me any answers, even though it seems like he knows what's going on. Same with Nageki. He could be like, yeah, she's dead, and I'm dead. And if you can talk to me, what does that mean for Ryota? Like, everybody's being very coy and very secretive. It was not yesterday that Miss Human came here. Oh, never mind. Okay, he's straight up gonna say. It was just now. What? He's gone. The mourning dove who just spoke to me has disappeared. Damn! Did he go to the gym? I hope so. I don't really want to consider the possibility, but maybe Sakuya's right. Maybe I am going crazy. I have to last long enough to find the killer. Interesting. You're late, Kawara. Blasted feral doves. Sakuya, you're safe. He was pretty worried about you, Ryota. He couldn't sit still the entire time you were gone. Silence, mongrel. Ah, thanks. Sorry for worrying you, Sakuya. Anyway, Sakuya filled me in on your adventures. You want me to hack into the headmaster's computer? Can you do it? Naturally. Just leave it to me. Come on, let's go. This seems a little bit too easy. Are we gonna run in? Okay, no, we're here. Oh, welcome back, Kawara. Sir, about this control panel. What about it? Can't you tell? It must be the controls for that dome. Right, I suppose it could be. And now they're all away from my body, which means something's probably gonna happen to my body while they're all, like, not watching it. It's locked, though. We were going to have Yuya get into it for us, but... that's illegal, you know. It doesn't matter. Don't you comprehend our situation? I never said you shouldn't do it. We don't have much choice, do we? Go on. Thank you, sir. Well, having Mr. Nanaki's approval certainly helps my conscience. Let's see. He wakes up the computer, and before long, I have no idea what he's doing to it. Wow, I wonder where he learned to do that. I imagine he spends his spare time stealing illegal X-rated videos off the intertubes. X-rated videos can teach someone how to do this sort of thing? Maybe I should watch more of them. There we go. Now then. There. We're logged in as the administrator now. Woohoo! If it were me, if I were still alive, I'd be like, yay! Or like, woo! Ryota's taking my place is just like random exclamations of joy. This only has an open and a close button. I guess that's pretty straightforward. Well, I'll leave the rest of this to you two. If we press this button, either the dome itself or the hatch will probably open. But with the headmaster dead, we have no way of knowing what's happening outside. If there really is some terrible disaster, then opening the dome could put everybody in danger. I wonder if Mom's at home. I hope she's okay. There is a dangerous individual wandering the premises, and the bird in charge is dead. I think it would be wise to open the dome. That's true. We did get Yuya to help and everything. We should... Oh, I can make it... Okay, I'm saving. Okay, I wonder if this makes a big decision. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna see what happens if we open it. Let's open it. We need to get everyone out of here. Agreed. And we can confirm once and for all the talk of a disaster was nonsense. Maybe this will be the bad end, like there actually is some sort of like poison gas or something outside, everybody dies, and that's it. Escape hatch opened. I guess it's not for the whole dome. No matter, all we need to do is get a look outside. Just having the hatch open is better anyway, in case there really is a storm or something out there. The escape hatch will close automatically in 15 minutes. To reopen it, please reboot and try again. It closes on its own? That seems like a risky design. 15 minutes isn't enough to get everyone out. Let's go out and take a look before it closes. We're going outside again, Mr. Nanaki. Oh. If it's safe, we'll organize an evacuation at the gym. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll come too. Sakazaki, Doctor, what will you two do? Well, I don't have any more business here. I shall return to the lab. Yeah, someone watch him. Make sure that he's not messing around with my body. Leaving Rose alone with another man would hardly be gentlemanly, so I'll go with the doctor. Thank you, Yuya. Well then, let's go, Kawara. Shirogane? Very well. Yep. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. I wonder what, how big the change would be if I chose not to open the dome. Where was that hatch? Have you eyes or pickled onions? Right there. The hatch high above the ground is open. Well, everything looks good. Looks like the control panel worked. I think every birdie should be able to fly up to that. It's a little narrow, so I'll have to go 2 or 3 at a time. But outside, yeah, it's perfectly clear. We can only see the sky, but there's no storm or gale. Nothing but the same calm autumn sky from this morning. No earthquake, no typhoon, and the announcement video was a fake. I think it's safest to assume this whole thing was a lie. I'm curious about the state of things out there, but the door closes on its own, so we'd best think carefully before going out. We can't see the city at all. We don't really know what's going on out there, if anything. But if there really is no disaster, and this is all some plot surrounding humans' death, we need more clues. I'll go. Are you sure? We have no guarantees it's safe out there. It isn't safe here either. Look, the hatch is open. It is. We can go home. No, you're supposed to be in the gym. You shouldn't go out yet. Uh-oh. Is there going to be, like, a stampede to get out? They're all going to get stuck? Like, heck are we sticking around with nothing but that bogus explanation from earlier? I can't wait any longer. I'm going out. This may have been the wrong decision. Wait, come back. Come back at once. We don't know if it's safe out there yet. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Someone's firing at them. Gah! Okay. What? A gunshot. We have to go help him. Calm down, Kawara. You'll only get yourself shot as well. But... Okay, as if to laugh at my shock, the hatch gave an unpleasant rumble and swinged shut. He was shot. As soon as he went out, someone on the other side shot him. It's not a natural disaster. If we go out, we get killed. But why? Well, okay. So there's somebody out there. That's really making us not having us leave for whatever. It almost feels like we're all part of some sort of experiment. Alright, so 4th class, so we're at about the halfway point, but I know there's still quite a bit of this left. Will I be able to wrap it up by the next live stream? I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Rose's corpse delivered without warning through the school. The students gathered with that explanation in the gym. The headmaster appearing on screen to announce an emergency situation, and then turning up dead. The gray dome enclosing the school. The scarecrow appearing for no apparent reason in the sealed-off building. And now, the students shot dead if they tried to escape. Well, I feel bad now. I was just like, if I hadn't opened that hatch, that bird wouldn't have died, but we also wouldn't have learned about the fact that there's someone out there shooting at us. Okay, guys, it's a little bit after 7. I feel bad. I said I was going to go a little bit longer, but my throat's a little sore from all the talking. I'm hungry, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here so I can go eat. But we'll definitely continue on with this next week. This was wild. I understand why you guys were so excited for me to do the true end. There's so many mysteries, and I don't know if I'll be able to finish it all up by the last, or by the next live stream, I should say. If not the next one, then definitely the one after that. So, yeah, don't know my schedule yet for next week. We'll let you guys know on my Twitter, at Rosematter Plays, and on my YouTube community page. As always, I will post when I am going to be live streaming next week, so keep an eye out for that. We're going to go ahead and save, first of all, so we don't lose that. So there we go. And we're going to get out of here. Man, oh man, never would have I expected that from this game. This was wild. It took a little bit of extra time to get there, but it was well worth it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and finish it up. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. It was a lot of fun, and really good turnout on this one. So you guys made this really fun. And I hope to see you guys in the next live stream. So take care, everybody. Have a good night, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then.